And during practice, P-Ron went out with the ankle. Uh, Obviously, we need to we're going to evaluate that. We got to kind of go through the whole MRI process. And then Marcus had a calf, and he was tight. It was my decision to pull him out. He wanted to keep practicing, but there was no way we were going to allow him to continue with any kind of with him feeling anything at that point. I thought today was way better than the last time. We kind of had a scrimmage atmosphere. Not sure if it was the fact we're in the stadium, just kind of that feel. Thought we got a lot of good work today, going through TV timeouts, crowd noise, kind of hearing what that might be like. The halftime, that was good. So, I mean, there was a lot of positive things that came out of today. Would have liked to not see anybody get hurt. Obviously, we got quite a few guys injured right now. Hopefully, we start getting these guys back by the bunches. I think we're close on a lot of these guys, and we can finish the week the right way. With that, any questions you guys have?
Has P. Ryan already undergone an X-ray?
Oh, not yet. He was good when we came in. He was still in full gear and stuff. So they're gonna do that, shortly.
What's your level of concern with the mic?
What's that?
What's your level of concern with P.
It was an ankle. Just trying to figure out if there was any damage done or if it was just a sprain. You're on mute. You're on mute, Kaz.
I'm hitting it. How critical is it for you, Adam, to, like you just said, to start getting some bodies back this week with the game in 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, I mean, one, it's that of just making sure guys are getting the reps that we need. And, I mean, the other thing is to be able to practice, we got to have, better numbers. And right now I think we're at 6 at the wideout spot. Hopefully we can get some of those guys back this week, and then running back we're thinning out pretty quick. And hopefully Josh will be back sooner than later.
Le'Veon seemed to get a heavy workload today. Was that because of the numbers, or was that because you felt like you wanted to do that after your conversation the other day with him?
No, I mean, and some of it was the numbers, but we were trying to treat this more of like kind of a ramp it up deal. I don't want to say it was third preseason game because we didn't do 4 or 5 drives or anything like that, but we were just trying to make sure that guys got in a good flow. Trying to make it feel like a game somewhat. I know it's hard to make anything feel like what it's going to feel like when we go week 1, but just trying to get that, hey, we might go 7, 8, 9 plays. So just kind of getting that rhythm. Rich, you're on mute. This is shocking.
Muted it before. Is there anything you could take away from this practicing for the first time with no fans, just in silence, that you could learn for the game in terms of maybe signal calling or different things you have to adjust?
I think it's just going to depend on I don't know how it's going to be at every stadium with the crowd noise, but I mean, it's not super quiet. I mean, we were just checking the kind of where the decibels were on some of that stuff. I mean, it's decently loud. So I mean, it's hard to. You're not going to be able to hear. It's a good thing we couldn't hear Greg, so that was. It won't be X-rated.
Was it weird, Adam?
I mean, I was focused on what we were doing. I guess I wasn't really. That wasn't something I was really thinking about.
Were there adjustments that you had to make in terms of things that you would normally do because of the current situation? Like, was halftime different? Other things like that?
Yeah, we were split up in 2 different locker rooms, so just kind of going back and forth from the offense to the defense. Because I mean, if we got every guy in just our locker room, it'd be kind of tight. So spacing that out. But kind of went through our normal deal. We're in different rooms.
Do you have an update from the Jeff Smith MRI?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a couple weeks. So, that's what we're dealing with. I know he was, he's devastated in the aspect of the guy was having a pretty good camp. He was running with the ones. He was doing a lot of good stuff. The last thing he wanted to do was miss any practice.
Can you overall, not only today, but overall camp assessment on how Mackay has been coming along?
I think early he kind of came out of the blocks great. I think we had a little dip when we really kind of started hammering some of the install, doing some of the things that were new, and then it's trying to get used to when you start getting going against all those exotic type things that our defense does, especially we worked a ton of third down periods this training camp. Obviously, both sides of the ball, we have different areas to improve on, but we really wanted to make that an emphasis. We feel like, hey, if we got to get off the field on third down, we got to stay on the field on offense. So we made that a point of emphasis this camp. So I think once we got kind of stuck in some of those exotic fronts, all right, then it kind of started getting cloudy for them. You have to make some decisions on your sets, whether you're front side or back side. But I think it was great for him to go through because he's probably only going to see some of the stuff, one or two times a year. So I mean, he got the full gamut thrown at him this training camp. I think now we're kind of going back on the upward swing where now it's like the terms are all hitting him the right way. He's able to play faster, and he's showing an improvement again.
Adam, with the right guard situation, is Van Roten the starter and guys are filling in from now, or do Josh Andrews and Jonathan Harrison have a shot there?
No, Van Roten's the starter. He had that oblique. We're really just trying to get him healthier than what he is right now, and just kind of by yesterday pulling him out of practice, he tried to go, which doesn't surprise me, being a vet that's obviously is as tough as they come, but it got to the point where he couldn't move the way he wanted to. Today we thought, hey, if we can do something in individual, great. If not, we'll practice today. Tomorrow we're going to do a walkthrough. So, hopefully by Tuesday he'll be feeling a lot better. But, when you have an oblique injury as an offensive lineman and you're struggling to move, with kind of the way our D-line's fairly quick, you get a guy like Quentin Williams going against them, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage.
So it's not an open competition.
No, that's not what we're doing right now.
Adam, with Poole, it seemed like he warmed up, but didn't do anything else. Just what's the plan with bringing him back?
That's the process we're going through right now. He's probably asked me about 15 times a day the last 2 days of, I'm good. Are you going to let me go? Are you going to let me go? But we're going. We made our plan. We're sticking with the process that we talked about. He can keep bugging me. I love it because I know the guy loves playing football. He wants to be out there. He wants to be able to contribute and compete. But I think the way we're doing things right now with him, it'll help us in the long run as far as getting him to sustain throughout practice, him feeling right, and then we don't have any setbacks.
What aspects of today's, scrimmage practice, whatever you want to call it, what aspects did you, least like from a normal game day?
Oh, Charles, I mean, I really didn't. I wasn't looking for the negative here. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I mean, I guess when we get back and we kind of talk to the staff, if there's something that came up that we weren't a fan of just making any adjustments. But I enjoyed being able to come over here. I thought it was great. I mean, it's felt like Groundhog Day for us every day, and I mean that's what it is. We're trying to get ready for the season, but just being able to come here, kind of feeling like a normal game day. Getting the uniforms on, all those little things that normally you don't even think about. It's kind of, you take it for granted. I think the majority of us enjoyed it today because it was so different than everything we've been doing.
Take a couple more.
Adam, do you feel? Go ahead. I'll go if he's not going to go. Adam, do you feel like you would normally 2 weeks out from the regular season, or does this feel rushed with the condensed schedule?
I don't think I feel rushed, especially mentally. I feel like mentally we've gotten more work in than what I normally would remember. I mean, that's starting from the spring. Practice. I mean, I know our actual competitive reps are lower. Our walkthrough reps are probably higher. If you put all the reps together from last year, we've done more reps if you count the walkthroughs with the actual competitive practices. I think it's just really it comes down to, did we make those reps count? Did we make the live reps count? I think the majority of the time we did. I feel like we've had a couple days where, if we could go back and do this certain day over again, we would. But obviously, that's not the opportunity we have. But I do feel like we're setting ourselves up the right way to be ready to go in that first week. It'll be interesting to see kind of really that first month of the season. Hey, is it sloppy? Will there be penalties? I feel like we're trimming all those things down that we can control.
Hal?
Is there something you've seen maybe from the last scrimmage or from the start of camp to now, a difference in Sam that makes you say you're getting it even more, or you see something improvement, something tangible?
Yeah, I mean, like today, I really think he's getting good, especially just with if something's different and he's got to either get out of a play that I've called or a run check or all those little tiny things that last year we might have not even asked him to do, and now it just seems so much smoother for him. It doesn't look like it's a stressful thing mentally for him. It's just kind of he's reacting to things. He has a plan what to go to, and it's coming out instead of him really standing there thinking about what he's going to do. It's just becoming really second nature to him. And like the end of that last series that we did, the thing that I really love it when things go bad, like he can make plays. I mean, there was a couple times where we turned a couple guys loose. He scrambles outside the pocket, makes a play, keeps the drive alive. I mean, those are things that he's just going to keep getting better at. And when he acts like that, that gives us a great shot because he's fixing a lot of things that aren't going right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.